Welcome to Government Information here at Focal Library and beyond. You may be asking yourself, why is government information important? In today's news environment and world, the knowledge of our government, as James Madison, our fourth president, said here in his quote almost 200 years ago, is vitally important to all of our citizens. As a citizen of the United States, it is vitally important for you to know about what your government is doing, and in turn for the government to inform you about what it is doing. The government is our history. The government is us. It is a part of our history, American history. The tenets that are listed here are some of the reasons that that the government has for producing information and providing it to citizens. Much of the information that is now provided is electronic format. About 95 to 98% of the information is available electronically, though much of the history is still in paper format. And we'll talk about that in a few minutes. One thing to note is that there are libraries throughout the country, about 1,100 of them, that are work with the government in providing an access point to information that the government produces. We here at Focal Library are one of those 1,100. Keep in mind that in the eagle that you see in the lower right-hand corner is your key to knowing these libraries. Every library in the country that does participate in the program will have either on their webpage or on their library doors the stylized eagle to let you know that they participate with the government in providing information to you. Each library that participates in the program with the government will have a series of items, and some of the sources here that you see on this slide and then the following slide are some of the basic set of resources available. However, each library has much more than this basic set of materials, and always consult with one of the librarians at the library for further information. This second slide continues the resources from the previous slide of resources that are available to all, or are available in all libraries to citizens. For those of you that are in the communications program, 3 or 4 sources or departments that would be vitally important for you to know about in addition to these resources. The Department of Education has a large range of resources that would be of interest to you, as well as Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of the Small Business Administration would be three departments within the government that would have a great deal of information that would be relevant to your searches. Turning now to resources available electronically to you from any internet connection. The sources on this page are some generalized resources that are available. The USA.gov and the GovInfo are 2 very important resources to know about. These are generalized indexes or generalized locating services, both for government information at the federal level, but especially with the USA.gov, it branches out to state governments as well. So these are all good sources to know about and to perhaps bookmark for further searching. In addition to the generalized resources that were on the previous slide, we've created several guides to assist you, and you can see the links here on this page. Those resources are listed on our government information page here at Fogler. However, or in addition to a lengthy number of other resources, more specialized resources, electronic resources that are available to you. If you're interested in searching for material that is located here at Focal Library, the material that is available is listed in URSIS, the combined catalog for the University of Maine system. You can see some of the numbers listed here, the number of items, whether they are research reports, DVDs, maps, charts, other posters, other materials that are listed on the screen here and in the slide. We have about 60 to 70% of the material that has been published by the federal government from 1789 to the present. And we can always, if you're in another location, can always order that from us. Also listed on the screen are some of the other libraries around the state that do participate in the depository program. So if you're in the Portland area or in northern Maine, you have access as well. I want to turn now to the topic of government transparency and news reporting transparency in this day and age that we've heard so much about fake news or incorrect news or biased news. The first couple of links here, Reporters Committee and Society of Professional Journalists, are agencies or organizations that are dedicated for journalists on accuracy on reporting of news. So those are vitally important, I think, to know about. The next two, American Law, the AALL, which stands for American Association of Law Libraries, and ALA Freedom, or the American Association of American Law Library Association, Office of Intellectual Freedom, are dedicated to the to information and access to information for everyone and the rights to access of information, along with the National Freedom of Information Coalition, which again is another organization that is dedicated to the right of all individuals to access to information. So just some resources to keep in mind, and we're going to continue on the next slide. At the top of the screen, you'll see 4 acronyms standing for the National Library of Medicine, the Agricultural Library in Washington, D.C., Library of Congress, and the Congressional Information Service, which produces Congressional Information Service reports. All 4 of these agencies within the federal government have libraries and are dedicated to the non-biased, accurate reporting of information to the citizens of the United States. One might ask, how do you ensure that the information is accurate that we've been talking about? Or that if you see something in the news, how do you know that it is accurate? Well, you can check with those agencies or organizations that were on the previous screen, but 2 or 3 good sources to know about for checking on information and the accuracy of information. Snopes, Fact Check, and the Sunlight Foundation all provide connections and all provide databases for lookups on the accuracy of the reporting, accuracy of the information that you may see either on news reports or something that the government has said or something that you may have read on the internet somewhere. So good sources to know about. The Digital Public Library of America is a clearinghouse for information that the government produces, as well as other information that is out there, so another good source to know about. So that wraps up a brief overview of what government information is, why it's important, how you might find it both on the internet and here at Fogel Library, and then checking on some of the accuracy of the statements that you may see out there, both with the government and in the news agencies and on the internet. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. My email is listed there. My office phone number is also listed. The department phone number will connect you with our department. There are 5 other staff members here in the office that can answer questions or assist you in any way. So please feel free to contact us.